My name is Kara Thibaut, and I'm an entertainment specialist for Valencia College. I assist and supervise students in the proper setup, run, and strike of audio and video equipment. My favorite part of my job would probably have to be working with students and teaching them new things they didn't know before. Yeah. My least favorite part of my job is probably striking the events or the productions that we work, because we work very hard on them and it's the end of a chapter. To get my position, I originally started by taking the AV production class twice. I started as a sound effects operator, and then I was the board operator for the production. I volunteered for productions after that, and then the professor who used to work with Anne LaPetra, the head of the AV production class, he suffered a stroke. And so Anne pulled me aside one day during the summer and was like, "I have a job for you if you want it." And I took it. I think the best advice I've ever given a student, or would ever give a student, is that you're gonna work for free one day, and you should do it, because that will probably be like the one thing that gets you further in your career. You should always volunteer, and you should do what you love because you love doing it, not because you want to be paid to do it. I'm very guilty of saying "God damn it" a lot around everyone, and I am trying to work on that. Musicians.
What did you do?
Oh, well, okay, during Chicago, they were on the stage in like the center of it, and so they had one monitor, and they were lucky they had that because they were on stage. And I remember they would come to me and be like, "Well, we can't hear ourselves." And I'm like, "You're sitting next to a drum kit. You're not gonna hear yourself. I'm doing what I can." And they would wait for me to walk off to do another task, and then go bully my board op and be like, "We can't hear ourselves. We can't hear ourselves." And so he would come find me and be like, "Musicians are saying they can't hear themselves." I'm like, "They're not gonna hear themselves. They're on stage with a drum kit. Like they're not gonna hear each other. It's not happening." And so he was like, "Well, what am I supposed to do?" And I said, "Well, come here, I'll show you." And we stood at the board and looked like we were moving stuff. And I was like, "How's that sound?" "Oh, yeah, sounds great." It's like, that's all you do. Just move your hands around and you'll be fine. They'll think they hear themselves.